Anti-common sense core conclusion. Common prosperity is absolutely not egalitarianism. The seemingly fair, equal distribution system is the hidden root cause of low efficiency, class solidification, and income stagnation in economies worldwide. Countless grassroots workers and entrepreneurs work extremely hard but still cannot raise their income or change their life status. The core reason is that they are misled by the false concept of absolute fairness and mistake egalitarianism for real wealth justice. In this video, I will use the orthodox theories of Marxist political economy, core viewpoints from the critique of the Gotha program, combined with authoritative OECD global economic data and real cases of international enterprises and cooperatives to thoroughly reveal the essential differences between these two development models and end all mainstream misunderstandings online. Most people in the world get this basic economic fact completely wrong. The majority of online audiences believe that common prosperity means identical income, equal welfare, and exactly the same wealth for everyone, which they regard as standard egalitarianism. To put it simply, this is a serious cognitive error. Let me use a universal factory case that everyone can understand instantly. If a manufacturing factory adopts absolute egalitarianism, every worker gets the exact same salary, no matter how much they produce, no matter their technical level, and no matter their working efficiency. What will happen in the end? Diligent, high-output workers lose out, while lazy, slack workers gain free benefits. Over time, all dedicated employees will lose motivation. Everyone will choose to do the bare minimum. The factory's overall production capacity collapses, corporate profits decline, and every worker's income drops accordingly. This is the final outcome of egalitarianism. It looks fair on the surface, but actually damages the interests of all people. Here is the key point, and one of the biggest global cognitive blind spots. You have to remember that distribution according to work has a clear and exclusive scope of application. It is the most reasonable distribution rule for the current market economy, following the principle of more pay for more work, less pay for less work, and no pay for no work. Many people misunderstand their daily job salary as distribution according to work. This is totally incorrect. The fixed monthly salary or hourly wage you receive is only basic labor compensation, not complete distribution according to work. Real distribution according to work fully matches your income with your labor output, work efficiency, and practical value, including performance bonuses, production dividends, and value premium. Fixed wages are just standardized basic remuneration formulated by enterprises. This is the fundamental reason why countless hardworking workers can never get rich through simple labor. If you finally understand the difference between common prosperity and egalitarianism, hit the like button and subscribe for more objective global economic analysis. Let's make a horizontal comparison of the three mainstream global economic models, relying entirely on authentic OECD data with no bias stance. First, the Western private enterprise model relies completely on market distribution. Workers can gain more income through hard work, but capital premium far exceeds labor income, eventually leading to a widening wealth gap and rigid class solidification for grassroots workers. Second, the Nordic high tax and high welfare egalitarian model forcibly narrows the gap through high taxation to achieve nearly equal income and welfare for all citizens. However, OECD data over the past decade proves that Nordic countries face a continuous decline in labor participation rates. A large number of residents rely on public welfare to idle. Enterprises lack innovation, motivation, and economic growth remains at a low global level. Third, the global cooperative model adheres to the principle of distribution according to work. It retains reasonable income gaps while realizing collective benefit sharing, which effectively guarantees labor enthusiasm and narrows the wealth gap at the same time. Few people know that common prosperity relies on a complete three-tier distribution closed loop, which is the core institutional gap between common prosperity and egalitarianism. To put it plainly, egalitarianism only has one single distribution rule: absolute equal distribution, which completely ignores differences in personal labor value. In contrast, common prosperity requires three indispensable distribution links. The first is primary distribution, which follows market rules and strictly implements distribution according to work. It provides higher income for dedicated and high-value creators to encourage labor, innovation, and wealth creation. The second is secondary distribution, which adjusts excessive income gaps through reasonable taxation, social security, and public welfare, protects low-income groups, and prevents extreme wealth polarization. The third is tertiary distribution, relying on public welfare, corporate feedback, and social mutual assistance to optimize the wealth structure and achieve overall social inclusiveness. Now let's summarize the ultimate essential difference between the two development paths. Egalitarianism aims to eliminate all gaps. It demands identical results, regardless of individual effort and value contribution. Its core is forced result fairness at the cost of economic efficiency. It ultimately stifles labor creativity, rewards idleness, and punishes hard work, which is a regressive distribution model. Common prosperity, on the other hand, insists on equal opportunities and fair rules. It recognizes reasonable income gaps caused by different labor values and completely rejects one-size-fits-all equalization. This model respects labor value, encourages dedication and innovation, and protects vulnerable groups through multi-level distribution mechanisms. It provides upward channels for ordinary people and excess returns for strivers, achieving overall social prosperity instead of universal poverty. At this point, you can completely clear the final cognitive blind spot. Common prosperity is never egalitarianism. The biggest online misunderstanding is equating common prosperity with equal sharing of wealth and rigid egalitarianism. Real common prosperity never pursues identical income for everyone, never eliminates reasonable wealth gaps, and never suppresses outstanding individuals and high-quality enterprises. The essential distinction is simple. Egalitarianism leads to universal mediocrity and stagnation by equalizing poverty, while common prosperity enables upward mobility for all, leaving room for elites and guaranteeing basic security for the vulnerable. In line with the core theory of the Critique of the Gotha program, distribution according to work is the only fair rule suitable for the current era. Common prosperity improves the three-tier distribution system based on this principle, breaks class solidification caused by capital, and lets wealth come from labor creation and standardized fair distribution. Do you think egalitarianism kills economic motivation, while reasonable distribution drives social progress? Leave your opinion in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel for more in-depth global economic truth. Here is the final hard truth. Egalitarianism is false fairness that stifles labor value, while common prosperity is real fairness that respects dedication and benefits all people. Master this logic, and you will understand the ultimate underlying rule of global wealth distribution.